Hello YouTubers, Daniel here for the Smoky Mountain Gun Show, and in this video I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on my aluminum quad rail handguard I installed on my Rock River Arms AR-15. Do a safety check. There are no rounds in the weapon, none whatsoever. Anywho, if you haven't watched my previous video, this right here is my $50, paid a little over $50 for this, but I think like $52 tax and all. This is my $50 aluminum quad rail handguard that was dropping in. This thing dropped in that I bought for a little over $52. This is a GMG, a Global Military Gear aluminum handguard. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about my impressions on this particular product here. First off, before I get into what I feel about this handguard, I'm going to talk to you guys about why this thing's $50 and ones that look just like this, pretty much to the naked eye that look just like this, cost in the $100 plus range. And I went out and did some comparisons today and just looked around and seen a couple differences to me that why this was so much cheaper. For one, the finish on this thing. It looks pretty good. I like the finish. There's no blemishes. It matches my rifle and everything. But where this is $50, I'm sure the finish comes into play, and I know finishes on pretty good. And this right here, for my understanding and what I can tell, and what it looks like to me, that this is just a basic painted finish. This isn't no ceramic coating. It isn't a powder coat. It isn't any chemical process like parkerizing or hot glue or anything like that. This is just your standard satin black painted finish. Nothing special to it. I guarantee you if I got me a little piece of something and scratched on it, it would flake off. So far it's held up pretty good on these rough edges from me handling it and everything. Nothing's really chipped off or anything like that. But I guarantee the more I use this thing and any accessories I put on here, and the more I handle it, I'm going to see some wear, okay? Compared to your Blackhawks and your ATGs and your Makos and the expensive handguards. They are usually parkerized or have a nice ceramic coating on it, some hard finish, but this right here is just your standard just satin finish, nothing special to it. Another thing too that I noticed why this one would cost $50, and one that looks just like it is double if not triple, is the weight of this thing. This thing weighs quite a bit. It increased my rifle overall weight pretty substantially. With the GI handguards on it, just the straight up polymer GI handguards compared to this, I can tell a big difference in the balance of this rifle. It is top heavy now, but I mean, as far as shooting it like this, it is not balanced too good anymore. It's very top heavy actually, and for shooting it in offhand, that can be a problem. But there is something that I do like about the extra weight added. When I'm shooting from a rest, it does help in the stability of this rifle. You don't get a lot of muzzle flip at all. Compared to what I did with the GI, I can hold zero a lot better with this thing in the rested position. It actually shoots tighter groups from what I've experienced with it from shooting it. So that's a plus too with the weight. But as your battle rifle or your carry rifle, if you ever have to, if I ever had to use this thing in a situation like that, weight would not be a good thing, so to say. This thing was drop-in. A lot of the more high-dollar quad rails I've seen isn't too drop-in. They have to be fitted in. And some of them I've seen, you have to actually remove your delta ring, be screwed in, and all that mess. So I do like that this was this one was drop-in. Other than that, that's kind of the few differences I've seen. Also, I'm not a steelsmith or a metallurgist or anything like that, but I think just from the weight of this aluminum compared to the other ones, this actually might be a lower quality aluminum. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not too what do you call it? I'm not too experienced with aluminum. I know steel's pretty good, but I'm not too experienced with aluminum, so I can't tell the difference in, you know, if something's heavier, if it's got more of this compound in it, blah blah blah. You know, if it's a solid billet aluminum or what. But I do know that this is heavier, and it seemed like the Blackhawks and the Makos and the ATGs and stuff like that were a lot lighter than this. This actually is pretty heavy. But now my opinion on it is, for the money, it's a pretty good buy for $50, especially if you want a quad rail just in general to attach accessories to. You know, you're not going to get much cheaper than this for an aluminum quad rail. You can go out and get maybe find you a polymer quad rail for this price, which would work a lot. You know, just about as good. But I like the feel of aluminum. You know, I like this aluminum quad rail. I would actually prefer an aluminum quad rail to a polymer quad rail. You know, but that's just me. But for $50 for a quad rail to attach accessories to and be aluminum, it's worth the money. I really think so. It makes up for the weight and everything like that. Just the versatility alone of this handguard. And, you know, I'm not too upset with just the finish and the weight of it at all. What it boils down to is, I think $50 is money well spent on this thing. It looks good, in my opinion, and functions well. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. The bolts have stayed in place. I put about 100 rounds through it, and there's nothing's come loose or anything like that. And if anything, it's helped. The weight has helped kind of hold it to zero when you're shooting it from a rest. So, but anyway, guys, that is my opinion on the Global Military Gear $50 aluminum quad rail for an AR. You guys, are worth the money if you want a quad rail cheap to put on your AR. You can take a look at these. I'm sure there's some competitors out there that make about that same range, but to me, I really am happy with this product. So, it's been Daniel for the Smoky Mountain Gun Show. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so. Carry on the Second Amendment rights bestowed upon us all. And as always, you guys have a very nice day.